What's up, guys? We got one here with modern women out here dating like they're on Yelp. Let's get into it.
I just got home from a date. We were going to an event and dinner. We did not make it to dinner. He just dropped me off at home. I'm back home. I've been gone for an hour and 15 minutes. I'm back home. And I have a friend coming to pick me up right now. I just asked him to take me home. You know the amount of times I have wanted to do that while on a date and I didn't, and I just sat there and grinned and bared it. A guy does something or says something or is something that I just don't jive with, and I stick around because it's the polite thing to do. No more of that, girls. I finally just said, look, I have to be really honest. You just did this thing that is really not my vibe and it's turning me off, and I don't think I can make it to dinner with you. To his credit, he took it really, really well, and he said, okay, I actually completely understand. Thank you for telling me, and let's go ahead and get you home. He also asked me out on another date. What? No. Come here.
You're a damaged goods lady.
And this right here is female entitlement on display. You wasted this man's time, energy, probably money, because he wasn't your vibe, which really translates out to he didn't impress her enough fast enough. And I guarantee she's applauded for finally speaking up, but what she really did is just normalize flakiness and disrespect. Imagine if a man bailed on a date like that, he'd be misogynistic. The emotional maturity that she's got is just absolutely mind-blowing. And this is what men are opting out of. Courtship is now just this test where you get ghosted if you fail her invisible checklist.
Anybody out there date me? I've got to prove this guy wrong. He says there's a reason you're single. Nothing you say will change that. So I'm going to try my best to convince you today. My pitfalls. First of all, I'm a redhead. Number one. Number two is I can be temperamental because of my hair colour. I'm a little bit aggressive and I'm a little bit mood swingy. You can deal with that. I'm sure you can. The pros is be your therapist. I used to be an assistant psychologist, so I can listen to you, we can talk things through, and I will always listen to your advice because I know you probably will come up with some logical reasonings, and I am willing to listen to that. And I can cook. I'm a very good cook. If you have watched any of my videos, you know I can cook very well. I can clean thoroughly. I actually am really passionate about cleaning, and I find it thoroughly enjoyable. And finally, I can give you as many back massages, foot rubs, as you would please, okay? I will give you as many as you would like. There is no number to it, and I will make sure that you're treated like the king that you are. Has that convinced anybody? Please!
Yeah, all right. Well, great. Thanks a lot. Nice to meet you, man. Psycho.
This is what desperation looks like, all wrapped up in delusion. As she says, I'm moody, aggressive, but I give great massages. Basically, she's describing a pit bull in lipstick. And one time I dated a redhead, and yeah, they're kind of, no offense to any of the redheads that are kind of chill. Most of them that I've come across are usually psycho. But, you know, men are tired of being rehab projects. You want a therapist, handyman, bank account, an emotional sponge, all while offering personality disorders and some lasagna. Oh, thanks. And red flags don't get cuter just because you own a Swiffer. Guys, you don't need to prove her wrong. You just need to avoid women who sell dysfunction as charm.
Another day, another dating story. So I matched with this guy on Bumble and we immediately hit it off. I am being my funniest and my wittiest, and I am so good at it. Laughing, we were having fun. At one point he's like, oh my god, this banter is really flowing. So it was not just me being a delulu self, he was really enjoying himself in this conversation as well. We move our chat from Bumble to WhatsApp and we're having fun, you know. And out of the blue, this guy asks me, so, which country are you from? The age-old ethnicity question that everyone loves to ask over here. Anyway, when I tell him, I sense an energy shift happen in his chats. He was like, cool, and then goes on to ask me a few other logistical questions, which felt like almost verification of my status. You know, questions like, where do you live? How long have you been here? What kind of work do you do? And I get it, these are very general small talk questions. The fact that his energy completely changed after I told him where I was from and the conversation moved from us having a good banter flow to suddenly the small talk energy was a little sus, I would say. Anyway, the next thing that he says is, can you send me a picture of yourself? I was a little taken aback by the tonality of this, so I was like, I'm sorry, what? And he goes, I think it's pretty clear what I'm saying. Can you send me a picture of yourself? Now, I don't want to be a hater and judge him just based on some texting, because I understand that tonality judgment on texting is so hard to do. But the shift in energy and the shift in conversation just felt so off, so off. I took some time, thought about it, and then decided to give him the benefit of doubt. It's like maybe it's a language issue, maybe it's a thing that just because we're texting and we're very new to it, we don't understand each other's patterns. Whatever that is, I decided to give him some benefit of doubt and go ahead with it. I was in my car at the time, so I decided to send him a selfie right from there without caring too much about it. I just sent him a casual parking lot selfie. And after that, this guy vanishes for almost an hour and then comes back with, "Hi, beautiful. So what does your name mean?" It almost felt like he was looking to do some verification, which he had done by asking me for my picture. And now, after satisfying that urge, he is now ready to move on. But this entire conversation just left such a bad taste in my mouth that I just couldn't. I said, "Before we move on, it's only fair that you send me a selfie of yourself now." He was definitely a little taken aback and a little surprised by this ask. So then he sent me a selfie almost 2-3 hours later. Honestly, I thought he's not gonna send a selfie and he's just gonna like drop the conversation right there. But sure, props to him that he did send me a selfie. Although a couple hours later, I do think he was a little offended that I asked him to send his picture just the way he did. He saw that I was seeing through him. So now, to match the energy, I also responded after a little while and I just called him cute. But then this guy is pissed, okay? And because I don't respond to him for a few hours, he blocks me on WhatsApp and he unmatches me on Bumble. Men, I don't know why I even put in any effort with you guys. Ah, I look good.
Her looking good is debatable, but she's mad out here because he asked where she was from. Welcome to dating shittown. Basically, asking what country you're from is now offensive. But it really shows that men have to tiptoe through landmines just to hold a damn conversation. So she sends him the selfie to give him the benefit of the doubt. She seemed annoyed by it, but then loses it when he doesn't instantly fall in love with her. I wouldn't even fall instantly in love with her. Man, I'm instantly repulsed by her. And then she's got this audacity, not basically for asking for his picture, but acting like a boss because she asked for it. She decided to play some stupid game with him. Basically, she fucked around and found out. She got a response she didn't like, and now she's on here crying about it.
Tinder on my old phone because I got banned on my one. So I'm on my old phone, and honestly, the men on there just are not it. Okay, I found this one guy. I'm gonna hide his face because I don't want to be nasty. But the men on there just are not it. Half of them need a fucking haircut. Most of them need to shave their beards. And I'm 100% sure this guy is getting a sentence. Let me show you. Do you guys think that he's getting sentenced in court? Because that's what it looks like to me. These are literally the bottom of the barrel kind of people.
Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up.
And this is Rich. She's been banned from Tinder. So let's start there. And she's calling men bottom of the barrel. A little bit of projection coming off of her end. I mean, these are the same women treat dating like a shopping spree and then complain when Prince Charming isn't in their damn cart. Like, if you don't want a guy with a beard or messy hair, that's fine. But don't act like men owe you a runway ready look when half of you show up with filters and lies.
I need to get something off my chest, and I'm scared to say it, but I'm here to say it because I know I'm not alone in this thought. As a girl who grew up in Los Angeles and has dated a lot in this town, I've seen a lot of men in this town. I've gone on dating apps and I've seen so many different guys. The Los Angeles epidemic of men with nose jobs is truly a fascinating thing. And when I see a man with that teensy tiny little tip, that little ridge, that little pointed up situation, I immediately know that that man, when we have an intruder in our house, God forbid, if we have an intruder in our house, that man is not protecting me. That man is saying, take her. That man and his teensy tiny little nosy are not protecting me. So if you are a man who is contemplating a nose job, let me tell you something, it is better. It is better to keep it as is because all of us girls are not into your little tip. Just a little PSA.
Let's get this straight. You're going to judge a man's ability to protect you from a home invasion based on his nose shape. I mean, sure, if he's teeny tiny, skinny, and very, very feminine, I can see why the judgment would be there. But just over a nose shape, like, come on. This is how far off the rails we are. If I was with you during a home invasion, I'd be like, take her. I mean, we've gone from men must provide and protect to he better look like Jason Momoa and bench press a burglar. I mean, she wants all this strength for men, but I guarantee if you ask her about her age, she's going to have a meltdown. I mean, look, lady, masculinity isn't in a nose. And guys, don't break her back for women who think facial features equal fighting skills.
Woman's body count matter? Seriously, I don't really think it matters. I don't care about a man's body count. If anything, I think it just makes him experienced. So my question is, what's wrong with an experienced woman? And don't worry, I'm not getting all Bonnie Blue on you. That's a whole different discussion. But seriously, what's wrong with a woman's body count?
I'm gonna pretend you're the New York Knicks.
What's wrong with it? How about everything? If you're looking for loyalty, bonding, or emotional stability, there's a pile of research showing that the more partners that women have, the higher her chances of divorce, cheating, and dissatisfaction. But she shrugs it off and says it shouldn't matter. And when he has a high count, he's a dog, or for her, maybe she seems to be turned on by it. Really, body count is a currency in the BS marketplace. And men are allowed to have standards too. So if you've been through 30 dudes and think you're still relationship material, don't get mad if men decide to permanently swipe left on you.
Tell women to move through the world with the audacity of a man. This is what I mean. A week ago, I went on one date with one man. The date was fine. The food was good. The conversation was fine. I recently have had a change in my work schedule that I've been adjusting to, so I don't really have a lot of time to mingle and talk to people all day and do things of that nature. I initially agreed to meet him one day this week on a Wednesday after I got off work at around 6 p.m. I ended up doing overtime that day, and I let him know, hey, I did say explicitly I'll be working overtime, so I'll need to postpone this date. And he said, okay, do you need to reschedule? And I did not answer that text message asking to reschedule soon enough, I guess. So he ended up texting me again. He double texted me and he said, I'm good, good luck. The agitation in his follow-up message was screaming. I could feel his anger and frustration and entitlement to my time through that text message. Now, I didn't respond to that message because he was clearly upset, and that, quite frankly, was not my problem. I don't know this man. This man doesn't know me. We've been on one date, and you're already upset. But he came to his senses, I suppose, and he did apologize, and he said he understood that I'm busy and that hopefully we can reset. This video is not to bash this man, because I have been in that situation where I really felt like I liked someone and they weren't answering me, or I wasn't able to see them as often as I liked to, and I got frustrated with them, so I understood that. That's why I didn't respond. I didn't say anything negative back to him. But the entitlement is something that we can learn from women. We can learn from that. Don't feel entitled to other people, to their money, their time, none of that, but feel entitled to creating a great life for yourself. Feel entitled to a healthy body and a healthy mind and a healthy bank account, healthy relationships, healthy friendships. Feel entitled to the good things in life, the same way men feel entitled to good women.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
This entitlement's off the charts, really. I mean, she cancels a date, goes to reschedule, and then gets upset that he followed up. I mean, the guy's asking, do you want to reschedule? So he can obviously make sure he frees up his schedule to be able to do this date. I mean, look, what she's trying to project is she thinks is confidence. It's not. It's weaponized apathy. She's out here treating male interests like spam emails. Then she's got this nerve to say that he felt entitled to her time. He wanted clarity. You know, when he didn't get it, he dipped. That's self-respect. He dodged a bullet. Easy as that. Women like this want attention without responsibilities. This is another reason why guys are walking away or going overseas. And guys, the game's rigged. The rules keep changing. The prize isn't worth it. Dating now is just this big circus where respect is rare and men are disposable. Feminism told women they could do no wrong, and now they don't take accountability for shit. So guys, just protect your peace, stack your money, hit the gym, get your passport, and go where you're valued and not used. As for modern dating, it's a trap with lipstick. Well, guys, that's the end of the video here today. If you like what you've seen, hit that like button, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Drop me a comment down below what you think, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.